Okay. Show me.
Hi there guys, welcome back to the Dusty Sea channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. And what you see here is an iFlight multi-rotor quadcopter drone. Yeah, a 5-inch quadcopter and a freestyle quadcopter, as you can tell. So this is the newest iFlight quadcopter in the 5-inch range. And this quadcopter is not cheap. No. A couple of weeks ago I reviewed the XL5 Nazgul. And that XL5 is really a bang for your buck quadcopter. This one is a bit more, well, quite a bit more luxurious. It's got a real Zing motor, so not the economic, the E-series Zings. It's got an F7 flight controller, it comes with LEDs and such. I will do a review of this quadcopter shortly. In this video, however, I'm gonna review the frame itself. See, the frame is separately available if you wanna spec it out with other components. So it's the iFlight SL5 and apparently it's version 1.2. It's a 5-inch frame and it's a freestyle frame, as I told you before. So let's see what's in this bag. Once I have this frame built, I'll show and tell you what the difference between this SL5 and the XL5 frame is, by the way. Very similar frames and similar purpose, freestyle quadcopter. But again, in a couple of minutes I'll show you what's different in this SL5. And just as in the XL5 you get 4 arms. Well, yeah, that's true for most quadcopters. They are also very similar though. The mounting pattern, the mounting method of these arms is identical to the XL5. And you've got a bottom plate, which is actually the biggest change from the XL5. Top plate is also different, so both of these plates are not interchangeable with the XL5. And you've got a center brace. This might actually be the same as the XL5, I don't know. You've got a camera mount, which is definitely the same as in the XL5. Then the frame comes with 2 straps and good quality stitched straps and sticky. They'll keep your battery in place, so to speak, metal buckle. So, and it's always nice to get 2, thank you very much. You get an assortment of aluminium standoffs, which are black in this case. I was kind of expecting them to be blue from the pictures, but they're black. You get, well, obviously screws and plastic standoff mounts, which I will not be using. As I'll show you in a second, the frame does come with screws that go through your entire stack. So you basically have the choice with this set and they provide both options here. You've got some rubber anti-vibration grommets, and this is actually nice. If you've ever had an iFlight stack, especially lately, you know that those all come with blue anti-vibration mounts. And it's nice that you get black ones as well as the rest of the frame, and the standoffs and such are black in this instance. So yeah, it's nice to get them in black as well. You get an anti-skid pad for your battery. You also, which is actually a bit double, you get landing feet. Some people might prefer these. I actually prefer these. So yeah, double-sided sticky tape, and you can stick them on your arms or the frame, the center frame. And yeah, that's nice. So what's double about this is that you also get 3D printed motor protectors landing feet. Yeah, so that's I'll show that in a second what that looks like on the frame. So actually luxurious. You know that these frames from iFlight are pretty inexpensive, approximately 35 euros or so. So you get good straps. You get the option of running screws through your stack or plastic screws, mounts. You get extra anti-vibration grommets, and you get these landing feet and these landing feet, and you also get some mounting accessories for your receiver, for your VTX antenna. I'll install these. You get bumpers. Yeah, I'll show that in a second. These, however, as you can tell, are blue, and these landing feet are blue. In reality, in most cases, I wouldn't be using these, by the way, because they add approximately 15 grams to the end of your arms. Yeah, If you fly over concrete a lot, then these are a good idea. You get two more things. You get an instruction sheet, well, basically telling you what screw goes where. It's not rocket science, but it's always good to have an instruction sheet like this. And you also get a couple of decals, iFlight decals. Okay, I'm gonna screw this frame together and then I'll show you what that looks like, what the dimensions are, and again also what the difference between this SL5 and the XL5 is. Okay, that took no more than 15 minutes and yeah, that's partially because I've built a couple of these quadcopters by now. Now, if you are at this point, so you've assembled the frame, you will have 4 of these screws left, which are 12mm in length. So have you made a mistake? No, you have these screws are actually optional. See, I've used the long screws as my stack mounting screws here, right? So they run through the entire stack, or well, they will run through the entire stack. These 12mm screws, however, are intended to be used if you don't want to use metal screws through your entire stack. So you screw these in from the bottom, just like the long screws, and then you just screw these plastic stick risers onto those. So yeah, again, it's nice that you are provided with both options. You get hardware to do both things, whichever you prefer. Okay, before I forget, let's assess the quality of what we have here. First of all, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but my fingers, yeah, there's definitely a little bit of carbon dust on my fingers. I just built the frame and it's not a whole lot, but there definitely is some carbon fiber dust, oops, on my fingers. So it's not super duper clean, but I've seen far dirtier frames. Okay, somewhere in between. Then there's the chamfering of everything. Yeah, that's basically the same as in all iFlight frames I've seen so far. It's not super duper luxurious, but it's you don't have to file the edges yourself. So that's nice. There's some chamfering on all edges of the carbon fiber plates, of the carbon fiber parts. So yeah, that's cool, and the quadcopter was easy to build as well, so that's nice. It comes with a lot of accessories, TPU prints and such, so pretty nice for what you pay, I think. One other build tip, if you are building this frame and you end up with these screws, these 4 screws protruding too far out, so not being level with this surface over here, or not reaching this surface, then you simply picked the wrong screws. Right, they need to butt up against this surface exactly, more or less. So yeah, if that's the case, then you screwed your frame together the right way, most likely. Now, the difference between this frame, so the SL5 and the XL5, the XL5 has been around for quite a while. And this is a new kind of frame. And the difference is most apparent from this view. This center section is slightly more narrow than the XL5. However, this back section is longer. The XL5 does not accommodate a full-size stack at the rear. But as you can tell, 30.5 by 30.5 mounting pattern and a 20 by 20 mounting pattern. Also the same in the center, 30.5 and 20 by 20. And yeah, that leaves you with a lot of room in this frame. There's no room for a third stack at the front, but really, you got a 2 height stack. 2 height, no more than 2 height in the center, and a 3 height stack at the, well, yeah, you can build a 3 height stack at the rear if you don't add this TPU print for your receiver. Not sure if you'll be able to, but the blueprint, and that also acts as an FPV antenna mount at the rear over here. So yeah, okay, and so you get these bumpers, right? Again, if you fly over concrete a lot, I might add them. And you also get these TPU printed arm protectors. which will double as a landing feet. So it is for sure nice that they provide all this stuff with the frame. You might not use everything. For instance, you've got this antenna mount for instance the R9 system. Okay, the dimensions of this SL5 frame. Front to back, motor to motor is 13.7 centimeters. Yeah, 13.7. Left to right, motor to motor is 16.5. So this frame is definitely wider than it is long, or at least the motor spacing. Motor to motor, left front to right rear is 21.5 centimeters. The width at the front is 3 centimeters. At the rear, yeah, it's a bit of a hybrid at the rear, as you can tell. Okay, and it's 3.7 at the widest, and at the narrowest 2.8. The height of the risers, of the longest risers, you've got two types of risers, right? These at the back and these at the center. These risers are 3.2 centimeters. The shorter risers are 2.4 centimeters. Weight. This frame comes in at 123 grams, which is not light, as you probably know. With the battery anti-skid thing, it's 129. And yeah, again, these are definitely optional, but with the landing feet added, we are at 139 grams, almost 140. One battery strap maybe. There. 143 grams. So yeah, that definitely makes it a freestyle frame, of course. But again, the bare weight of this frame is 123 grams, and you can shave a little bit of that off by not using some of these bumpers, for instance, or maybe the antenna mount. VTX mount is well, is not that optional in most cases, I guess. But okay, 122. Okay, sometimes my skill says okay, approximately 122 grams. And that concludes my review of this SL5 frame from iFlight. I think it's great value for money, as most iFlight frames are. They are never really expensive, and you got a lot of frame for your money. So this is a variation on the XL5 frame. A bit more room at the rear. You could use that to build something in the frame. You could also use that to mount, for instance, a GPS. You've got a little more room for things like that on the frame and in the frame. And it's nice, and the rest of the frame is mostly simply an iteration of the XL5. So yes, I will be doing a review of this RTF in a near future. I haven't even flown it by the way, so wish me luck. And yeah, catch you on the next video. Bye bye.